I've been literally walking for half an hour, and there is probably half an hour more to go, because I want to reach the end of this path and to get to a place called Red Cliff. Everybody telling me that is a place worth seeing. You see in the back there somewhere, there is the getty with the resort, and in front of me there is nothing. You see, this is the place where I want to get. And it has been a nice walk, because there is literally nobody. Everybody is too stuck in being at the campsite, laying on the beach or paddling around. But this place looks beautiful, and I have 20% battery in my phone, but I want to take some drone footage if the phone allows it to me. And it's very peaceful. This is the exact opposite of what society does. Filling you with distractions, so you can focus on your thoughts, and you are so used to escaping to your thoughts that you never really connect to yourself. There is food, there is alcohol, TV series, masturbation, sex, porn, whatever. Dopamine from socials, you know, the validation, the like button, or all the emoticons that you have now, the sharing, and all the screens and the videos you watch. And on the opposite side, there is this. If you go at the getty right now, at the jetty, there is the jetty in front of the resort. If you go left, you have the beach with the tourists. If you go right, there is nothing, just pelicans and sharks, dolphins sometimes, other birds as well. Because right here I've been walking, whistling of course, for half an hour, but there is a lot of thoughts coming up, and you have to deal with those. And I was talking yesterday to my girl about parents, and how I grew up with a dad watching TV all the time, because he had a trauma and he wanted to suppress it, not listening to the inside, you know. And it's a good contrast. I'm not judging, I'm trying not to, but it's a good example of what I don't want to do growing up. So I praise silence like the most precious thing I have. So now I'm walking at the bottom of this and making a video with the drone.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights.
I just got here, but the problem is if you go forward, it's impossible to climb the cliff because it's too steep. So I'm gonna try to climb from here and then fly the drone from the very top of it. So peaceful here. Yeah, that's the only disturbance. The problem with living the life we live in society is that we stop looking for the small things and get lost in amazement. Look at this. There's a small world here. By the way, ants, if they were the same size of humans, they would be running 42 kilometers an hour. Can you imagine that?
Trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down.
I got it to the top, and if you're wondering, yes, I was going back and forth to film the scenes of the video because of art, of course. Art has the priority, and it was worth it because the view from here is fantastic, and it's very peaceful as well. It's full of ants, by the way, which I'm being very careful not to step on because they're such hard workers, and I don't want to be the one that ends their working day. I have some very peculiar personality traits, and being naive, I got it from my mom. Let me give you an example. When I was, I think, 8 years old, we were in the woods looking for mushrooms, porcini and other kind of Italian mushrooms. They are delicious if you know how to cook them. And my mom sees a hole on the ground. And by then my parents were working with sticks because it helps you to maintain balance when the soil is not regular, and to check for things, to move grass or plants without having to interact directly with them in case there is a snake or other animals. And my mom has the idea of sticking the stick inside of the hole. Well, it was a wasp's nest, and little did she know that there were wasps inside. They come out and they start chasing us. So we ran for a few hundred meters back to the car, covered in stings because of the wasps. And wasps are not like bees. They keep stinging. Bees, they just die. Wasps, they don't. I just walked through some vines, and a tree, a branch of a tree bounced back in here, and it hurt me. There were some spikes, thorns, and well, I hope it's not poisonous. You'll be thinking, oh, a plant, come on. But you never know. In Australia there is a plant called gimpy gimpy, and if you're not familiar with it, I invite you to Google it. It's a big leafy plant native of Queensland, and it's called the suicide plant because the leaf contains a neurotoxin, and when you touch it, and I'm not sure if the spores move through the air with the wind, that would be disastrous, but if you touch it, well, the neurotoxin goes to your brain and it lets you experience pain that goes on for days or weeks, until the animal or the living being that touched it tries to commit suicide because the pain is too much to endure. Yeah, that's Australia. So you never know if something can kill you or not until you read about it or you experience it. Anyways, I am arrived. I was flying the drone here, not realizing that this whole block of sand, soil, is a massive nest. And yeah, I've been stung by ants for the last 5 minutes. Monkey Maya is here somewhere. So I've been working all these for around 1 hour, and now I have to walk back. I was trying to record this last part of the vlog on the cliff on an ant nest. That's why I was itching. I found out 5 minutes after. But I ran out of memory in the memory card, and my phone ran out of battery, so I couldn't fly the drone anymore. If this was a professional job, by any means I would be fired on the spot. So luckily it's just a vlog. What I was saying, it smells nice in here. There are some flowers. It's winter here, but there are some plants blossoming, which is so strange, but it's Australia after all. When Captain Cook first arrived in Australia, he got in a place that later on was called Botany Bay, because there was a botanic on board, and he noticed that the trees were losing bark and not the leaves, and that's why the name. It's a different word. The aphorism that stuck in my mind in the last days, it's about meditation. Most of humanity's problems stems from the inability of people to sit down by themselves in a dark room. And this is about meditation, of course, and also about 26 years of my life before I discovered meditation through an app called Headspace, which I highly recommend, as well as Waking Up from Sam Harris. It's fantastic. It's gonna be the next thing I will subscribe on because well, it talks about very deep stuff. I was thinking about this because I'm Italian, of course, you know. I still have my accent after 10 years living in Australia. And thinking about Italy, we have a few thousand years of history with the Roman Empire. And there was entertainment back then, the Colosseum. The Colosseum could be filled with water to have battleships. There were the gladiators. They were bringing snow from the Alps just to have snow in Rome. So there was crazy luxury that was super expensive, of course, but it was also to entertain the people, to stop them thinking about the problems. And this changed over the years, of course. Now you don't see people being killed by lions anymore, but it changed in a way that is more human, but it's the same thing. If you think about soccer, basketball, movies, TV series, Netflix grew, I read it this morning, 9,700% in the last year. Because people stay home and watch TV series. And they are designed in a way that are addictive. Same as alcohol, tobacco, drugs, sex with porn. And all these things, of course, they are very easy to get, but they're very dangerous because they unground you. They detach from the connection with yourself. Because a free-thinking individual, grounded, with a clean body and a clear mind, is dangerous. Because he can see through things happening in the world, he can make his own connections. I was reading years ago a statement from a Nobel Prize in Economy that he was stating that he believed 100% that the economy of every single country is manipulated in a way that parents, they have to maintain 2 full-time jobs to maintain their lifestyle and to raise children, so that one parent can stay home full-time with a kid and raise a free-thinking kid or kids. If you think about it, do you see a connection? Free thinking means that you're not being tricked, manipulated, that you can make unbiased decisions and the media doesn't have any more power on you, that you don't buy specific things that are harming your body and fuel a medical system that profits on patients and to maintain patients and doesn't focus on healing the patients. I've been thinking about this a lot because I grew up in a family that is, well, highly disconnected, was highly disconnected. Now they are doing better, but still, if you have these kind of things, your kids won't grow any different from the person you are. So growing up, when I realized all these things, I've been investing a lot of money, energy and time into bettering myself every day, getting out of my comfort zone, learning new things, and thinking about the future generation. What kind of children do I want to have? And if you think about movies, one that I recommend is Mr. Fantastic, which is maybe a bit too much, but it's a great movie to show you what you can do with homeschooling kids. I'm not looking straight in the camera because this is what I got right now, so so if I make a full step, I fall, hit my head, and well, somebody else will have to upload this vlog, so I'm being careful for a second here. Hey. Done. Now I'm getting back to the beach so I can walk back to the resort, where happy hour is waiting for me with my co-workers, and some food as well, because I haven't been eating anything apart from a banana and 2 coffees, just to be able to record this area. But the drone and the phone ran out of battery. The drone and the phone ran out of battery, so I'm coming back tomorrow or the day after to finish this video, or to take some better footage at least. My 2 cents for the day is not to stop drinking, to stop smoking, to stop watching sport, TV series, movies. By any means, if you enjoy that, do it. But if you see that they are making you less happy, well, try to write things down and balance it a little bit more, because imagine how much time we invest on things that are completely useless to our path, to our growth, to our purpose in life, to be here. You watch TV series, let's say 1 episode every night, is half an hour to 1 hour. All the time you spend smoking and harming your body, drinking and disconnecting from body sensations, drugs. If you do any of these things too much, is a way of repressing something that is there waiting for being explored. And I'm talking about this stuff from experience, because I know I went through the same. For many years I was thinking that all this talk and all these ideas were conspiring, that you live in a society that looks after you, where banks and hospitals, institutions have your best interests. Then I grew out of it. If you know George Carlin, he's a comedian, he used to say in some of his shows, I just have one rule: don't trust anything the government says. Well, I can relate to that. And if you look at my country, Italy, you see that sometimes they approve laws, the government approves laws at the very same day when there is an important soccer match. So people focus on that and they don't focus on the law being approved. And all in a sudden you wake up in the morning with life being a little bit worse. It's like the lion with loops of fire. He first jumps in a very big one and he says, yeah, this is easy. And then they reduce the circle a little bit. He jumps in and in and in and in again until it's a very small circle, and you kind of get burned a little bit. You can smell it in the air, but you're still fine because you have all the things that makes you feel good, right? So coming back to today's thoughts, I highly recommend to get into meditation. If you want a book as a resource, I advise you to read Mark Aurelius' Meditations. And if you want to register in an app today as a beginner, I recommend 2 of them. Headspace, which grew a lot since I subscribed to it 6 years ago, and Waking Up from Sam Harris, which in the last year I got way more into that than in Headspace, because there are some parts where you can listen to Sam Harris discussing some very deep topics like the nature of conscience, ego, the illusion of time, and so on. And you listen to this thing for 10 minutes and then you go and live your day, and it's in the back of your mind because it's such a deep thing that you start questioning it, and you start thinking about his argument. I love it. It's in a world where most of the time we engage in shallow conversations. This is definitely something that will make your day, your discussions a bit better. And the other thing is everything is in the breath. That's why the caption of my YouTube channel is make every breath count, because time goes so fast. Since you're a kid, a day seems lasting like a season, and then you turn 20 and you go, oh, today was fast. You turn 30 and you think that was a blink, the day is gone, summer is gone, 3 years are gone, and you wake up one day and you are 34. You look back and you think, okay, 10 years are gone, now what? And the problem with life is that any success disappears very quickly, any failure sum up. So you might turn 10 years down the road and you think, whew, that was a lot of time I wasted, and those are a lot of mistakes I've done. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, you will keep doing mistakes. So it's better leveling up, journaling, connecting the dots. So every mistake is a reference experience you can learn from. It's a beautiful day. It's a bit windy today, but it's great. I probably have 30 minutes to walk back, but I have myself and my thoughts. If you want some resources to start with this journey, if you are not started already, there are a few things to look into. A sensory deprivation tank, which is basically floating in darkness and silence with nothing but your body sensations and your thoughts. Meditation apps like the one I already told you about, and Vipassana, which is an incredible course that goes from 3 to 10 days and really grounds you. But the thing is, everything you're holding back will come up, like holding a inflatable ball underwater. You leave your hands aside and it pops up, and sometimes it hits you in the face. So it will toughen you up if you stay till the end of the 10 days. Yeah. I hope at the end of this video you will start doing some breath work or some meditation. And if you are interested in the topic, let me know and we can dive deeper together. Have a great day.